Stream. Can't see myself. In this video, we are going to be discussing fake versus real Louis Vuitton and on the go. So also stay tuned. Stay tuned because at the end, I'm going to give you some extra tips on how to spot a real and versus fake Louis Vuitton with real bags. I am still working on how this, how this works really. I was live and then I couldn't see myself, so I thought, oh my goodness. So I'm so sorry for that 2 minutes of streaming and not talking. I have to. That's not good, is it? So hello, and welcome to our live broadcast or live video discussion. Today is Monday and it's 11 o'clock in the UK. Let me know in the comment section if you are watching anywhere. If you have any questions, let me know as well. You can watch this later on. And so for today's video, I have here a video of a Canadian couple. I've seen this months ago, like 2 months ago. So last month in May, I have done a, what do you call this? A reaction video, but I didn't know how to edit reaction videos. So I've done a reaction video and then I had screen record on my phone their video. And then I don't know how to edit it. So it showed that I recorded it wrong. So wasted half an hour of my time doing that video. So I just finally decided to do it like this. So if I do it live and share my screen, it will be easier. Then I don't have to edit it. And then again, I have 2 minutes of not talking on this live video because I didn't know how to do it, how to work it out. So let me just, can you hear me okay? Oh my goodness, my microphone is away from me. So I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, here you go. Let's put a microphone close to us. That's it. So if you can hear me, please, can you let me know? Or if you are watching, can you let me know in the comment section? We are live right now. So I'm going to share my screen. And we are going to start reacting to this video. Yeah, so share. So here it is. Yeah, let's wait. Oh, what happened? So bear with me in this sharing video because I don't know how am I gonna go back. Oh my god, I am really not good at this. I have just bear with me, please bear with me. Oh, okay, I'm just watching myself on here. Okay, so let's play this video. So this video was filmed in April 2021 and it gathered last month. This was 500,000 plus, and this month today, as of today, is 637,000 views. So let's see. They are a Canadian couple and they are gonna show us two bags which they happen to have one Louis Vuitton on the go MM that is real and one which is fake. Let's start. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Brinda. And today's video is a really fun one. Should we reveal it? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! we're gonna be comparing a real and a fake Louis Vuitton bag.
So we're not experts on this subject. We're not experts in Louis Vuitton either. We had a very interesting view. I think a friend of ours recommended a website that sold Louis Vuitton bags for really cheap. Like it was for what, 300 bucks?
Yeah,
maybe even less than that.
Even less than that.
So we're like, why not order it and see how real it is? So we got it, and honestly, when we got it first, we couldn't tell the difference between that one, if it was real or not.
What Sue said, I would completely agree with. At first glance of the duplicate, we were also not able to make out. It was a very convincing copy, but it's only when you actually look into the details is when you realize that there is a massive difference between a duplicate and a real LV.
First of all, start with the packaging.
Yeah.
Because that's the most basic thing. As soon as you get two bags, or as soon as you get your Louis Vuitton bag, how you tell if it's fake or not. The first thing we found out was the packaging. So the real Louis Vuitton came in this box. You can see the dimensions of this box. It's a proper box.
Yeah.
It's a nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very good image.
So the size of the box obviously differs with the kind of model or item that you're ordering.
But it shouldn't arrive in that box. Now my fake bag that I have with me, that's a giveaway. Mine is fake bag. It did not arrive in any box.
Okay, so let's just explain that in detail. That what she said was you will receive a box with the size of your bag. Like it depends on what size of your item is. Yes, that's completely true. They wouldn't give you a small box if your bag is massive. But it also sometimes happens that they give you a much bigger bag than your bag or your item simply because they don't have that size that fits perfectly with your item in stock. So yeah. Also, I want to comment on the guy that he said it didn't arrive in box. So his one didn't arrive in box. It doesn't mean that if your one didn't arrive in box, it's fake. But some of the items, like the fake items that I have seen, they arrive in a box. In the box is, I haven't got one to show you, but the box is, the print is completely off. The color of the box is completely off. So it really depends on that situation. So let's move on. Moving on to the contents of the bag. Of the box. Yeah. The real bag comes in this. It will mostly have a blue ribbon. And like the way it's printed also is a giveaway.
Yeah, you can compare it to the fake one. You can see like it's pretty flimsy. I really don't think if you pay for a bag, it's gonna be coming out like this. You can read this.
So this, she's saying that hers came with a drawstring dust bag with blue string. So back in those days, I think this one is 2016, they started changing their packaging, like orange boxes and blue drawstring bag. But before that, it was brown bag, brown box, and brown drawstring. So the string of the dust bag was brown and probably even different color, not blue. So it really depends on which year you got it or if you got it pre-loved. So also you can get it in, let me show you what I have here. You can also get it in drawstring. So they have drawstring and they also have a envelope. So this is an envelope style dust bag. So that's fine. But LV is that print that he's showing here, is that sticker. The Louis Vuitton will have it differently. I just don't have anything to show you at the moment, but that is the Chinese. It wouldn't be a Chinese print. It would be numbers, model number, item number. Sometimes it wouldn't even show, or it wouldn't even be a name of the bag in there. It's just the model number.
It's lovely. It's Chinese.
Yeah.
This one is a big giveaway.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton would never put Chinese characters in there. I don't know if you buy it in China. I don't know.
Look at the font, so it's completely different. Now, let's go to the inside the bag.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the big reveal. If you look at it like this, you tell me how they're not the same. They're exactly the same. The only difference is, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Both your hands up. Yeah. Hold on, I'll do it again. 3, 2, 1.
Yes, it doesn't hold its shape.
Look at this. You see the difference? It doesn't hold its shape.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest giveaway. We took a photo of it as well, and for a couple of days we put them together.
Yeah.
We'll put it up right now. You can see the difference between both the photos. The LV has held its shape pretty nicely, while the other one, the fake one, has not. This is falling apart. It looks so bad. Like, have a look at this.
So they're saying here the structure of the Louis Vuitton, the authentic one, should hold its structure. It wouldn't be flimsy, it wouldn't fall or anything. But I have one here, which is a Neverfull. So when you get your new Neverfull, you get it like this, flattened, because that's how they package it to go in your bag. So sometimes when you put it on, it just goes like this. So without anything inside, it will not stay up, but sometimes it would, okay? But you can see there are some dents here because of the packaging.
Ow!
Oh, so sorry.
The reason behind that is that the quality of leather is not as good as the one in the real one. You can spot a fake Louis Vuitton bag if it's not holding its shape. They vouch for this. They say that you know good the packaging would be a real LV.
So she's saying that a good Louis Vuitton should have a good quality leather. So that one, I have to correct that completely, because this on the go she's holding reverse monogram is canvas. It's not leather. So whether it's canvas or leather, they always promise a good quality, canvas or leather. But this is not leather, it's canvas.
LV will hold its shape without any support.
Just in case yours is holding its shape, let's give you some more details.
Another giveaway the fact that the hemming, the way they stitch the bag on both the sides will be of the same color. Suppose if I'll just zoom it in for you.
So the color of this side, which is light brown, and will be the same as the stitching. You see the stitching running along the sides?
The
stitching of this will be this matching this one. If you look at this my fake bag, which is actually beautiful. You see, it's light brown, but the stitching is dark.
It's
the stitching all on the sides is dark. That's another big giveaway. I don't think people really pay attention when they try to make these fake bags to the stitching of.
Yeah, that really makes sense. That's really a good point. That on the go, because it's a reverse monogram, so whatever color, the color of the stitching on the canvas is the same as the thread that they use. So if it's a light color, it's a light color thread, and on the darker side, it's a darker side. But on the fake one, they used one color stitching, so they didn't think about it. So you see the quality, handmade and everything. So this one, the fake one, they used black all throughout the bag, when in fact the reverse monogram, lighter monogram should be lighter color. So it really depends on what model and what bag you get. So it depends on some stitching. So on here, on the Neverfull, they use lighter yellow stitching on here to stitch this one. Oh, on there, so you see this monogram here? They use darker brown because it's a dark monogram. So that kind of thing.
The bag. Because they use that same stitching on
Let's move on.
And on this side they have a lighter thread.
That was a good spot. Bye. Yours truly. Moving on, let's go to the next one. If you open it now, you see inside, the color is pretty much the same, I guess. Like
It's a very different shade of red though.
So every LV bag, keep this in mind. Every LV
bag. The inside of the bag should be, they have that specific red on the interior of the bag. So if it really depends if you saw one in person versus you only have seen a fake one. So you can't really distinguish unless you've seen one in real life. So that one. Next, let's move on.
The bag has a tag inside. Stitched and attached to it. This bag has no tag anywhere.
So the real Louis Vuitton bag has a date code on it, and the fake one would not. The code gives away a lot of details about where the bag was manufactured and when it was manufactured. So AR is the country.
They didn't look properly, but some fakes have got date code as well, so you have to bear that in mind. They're normally on inside the pocket, stitch inside the pocket, leather tab, or for some of these, I haven't handled one of these on the go, but most of these Alcantara lining are stamped, hot stamped on the lining. So if you have one on the go please let me know if you have the date code stamped, or is it a leather tab that's stitched in your bag. So he said all Louis Vuitton bags have got date codes. So not in pre-80s, before 1980s, and later in 1970s and early 80s. That's the only time that they have, that's the first time they have started the date code. So pre-70s, they don't have date code yet. And then 2021. So I think it was March 2021 when they stopped manufacturing bags, Louis Vuitton bags with date code. So if you bought anything after that with date code, they are just probably the ones that have been manufactured before they stopped the date code thing. So she's also right that date code gives away a lot of details, which is the manufacturing country of that bag, the date as well. So for example, their one's AR5200, which is 50th week of 2020. So I have here a cheat sheet. So I always use this to check whenever I get into Louis Vuitton date code, because it's not just the date code that is 2000. It matters when it's 1980s, 1990s, year 2000, and 2020. All of these matters. You see those date code reader, date code calculator that you look on Google? Those ones, they only input the data that is like 1990s or 2000s. If you input something in early 90s and 80s, they can't read it. It says it's invalid or fake. So I will quickly show you and tell you what are the date code in the pattern or format of the date code. So in pre-80s, they have French companies and no date code. So no date code at all. In 1980s, they started with 3 numbers, which is the pattern is YY. Y stands for year and M stands for month. Okay. So in 1980s, if you see a date code which is 821, the pattern is YYM. So year, month. So if it's 821, it means that it's 1982 January. Okay. So if you see a pattern of 4 numbers, which is YYMM, for example, 8312, then it's 1983 12, December, I mean. So because the pattern is, because October have got 2 digits, October, November, December have got 2 digits. That's why it's four numbers. So, and there's also 2 letters and 3 numbers. So if it's location, L is like 2 letters, which is the location or manufacturing date. Let me just see, what was that? Date code factory. Date code factory, 2 letters, and then there's YYM. So, for example, TH863. It's TH is the location, which is, yeah, TH is the location, made in France, 1986, March. And then there's another one, 3 numbers, which is 3 numbers and 2 letters. So 3 numbers is YYM, 2 letters is the factory. Okay. For example, 865TH is hang on, 1986 May, and TH is the manufacturing, is the factory. And then there's 2 letters, 4 numbers, LL. Oh, this one, we are in 1986 now, actually. So 1986, anything after 1986. I am going to do a video of this detailed date code, how to read date codes and stuff like that. So that we're not going to be just we're going to be just touching it in a bit today. So so 3 numbers, 2 letters, which is YYM, and then 2 letters. 865TH is May 1986, and then the factory. And then we go to 1989. 2 letters, 4 number. So 2 letters is the factory, and 4 number is MYMY. That means it's month, year, month, year. Okay. So TH1920 is, TH is the factory, and then 12 is the month, first and the letter, first and the third is 12, December 1990. And then let's go on the 2007, which is 2007 up to 2021. It's 2 letters, 4 number, which is TH3077. That's the example. So it's 37th week of 2007. So that's basically a crash course of the date code. So I will do another video of this detailed learning how to read a date code. So let's move on.
Code, which means that it was made in France. The 5200, 4 digits, which week it was made in, of the year, and the second digits tell you which year.
So I am just basically saying here that if your item doesn't have a date code, it doesn't mean that it's real or fake. It doesn't mean that it's fake. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's fake, because some other Louis Vuitton artisan, you know, they are human. They make mistakes. Sometimes they leave the date code tab. It's missing date code tab. When they finish the bag, there's no date code tab. It happened because I got quite a few of those. And sometimes the date code is inside out. It's been stitched inside completely. So they are just human. They're not perfect. So sometimes they make mistakes. So that one. And the second one is not because you're also, let me point that, pre-80s, early 70s, they haven't done date code yet. And then now, 2021, up to now, your Louis Vuitton bag items don't have date code anymore. Okay? So also, it doesn't mean if your bags have a date code, it doesn't mean that it's real. Fake Louis Vuitton also come with a date code. So let's move on.
Another point here is the smell of the bag. So the moment you open a real Louis Vuitton bag, you can easily smell the leather, and it's not a very strong smell, but it's like a pleasant leather smell.
And this one came with.
So the Louis Vuitton bags, the leather, when you get a leather bag, they really smell leather. When you get a canvas bag, which is this one, she kept saying leather, but this is not leather. When you get a canvas bag, I haven't got anything without vachetta. Whenever I get Louis Vuitton brand new, it's got vachetta. So I smell the vachetta. The vachetta leather bag is really untreated. The smell is very distinctive. So that one is what you will smell. I actually don't know how the canvas smell. It just smells not very offensive. But when you get a fake bag, it always smells PVC. It just smells PVC. Some people will say it just smells China's bag, you know, the one that you get from China, non-branded. That's it. That's what it smells. Or plasticky. It smells like plasticky. That's what they smell like. It's a very, very quick giveaway, the smell.
With a rose, what's that rose? Found a real cheap piece of leather. I mean, I can't get over this. This is. I try to
move on.
Like, if you're wondering, why aren't you trying to say it?
Yeah.
If you look at the bag as a whole, you can notice the sheen and the shine or whatever. You think
LV, the logo, right? In a real Louis Vuitton bag, the L will always be below than the V. So the V is always going to be up, and the L is below. Yeah. So this is the reason.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I'm not going to make any more comment on that.
Some of the most basic things that Brenda pointed out was
the stitching. When you're paying about $3,400 for a bag versus $300 for a bag, you would expect the craftsmanship to be top-notch.
Yeah, absolutely. The craftsmanship. Look at these. There's a stitching that is not done, that is not cut off. You know, I haven't received a Louis Vuitton bag with a stitching that is like out like that, like coming off or not even cut. From brand new, you know. So some pre-loved bag that I got, there's some loose stitching because they have been used, but from a brand new bag, I haven't received anything. So absolutely right, we should get them top-notch stitching. They're always really good, but you have to remember that Louis Vuitton bags are, most of the craftsmanship, they are handmade. So it's not made by machine, 100%. It's made by, majority of it is made by hand. So by one craftsman, artisan. Yeah. So sometimes the stitching will be a little bit crooked, but it doesn't mean that it's fake, if you know what I mean. They are human beings. That's what I'm always saying.
Of the thread popping out here and there, the stitching with
I think that's a big deal. Overall, the quality, when you feel it, the quality.
There is one thing though that actually checks out in the ticket, and that is the symmetry.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the bag, you see?
Yeah, symmetry. So what they're saying is, whenever Louis Vuitton cuts a canvas or a piece of canvas or leather, it always should be symmetry on the other side. So if they cut the LV, there's LV pattern, like on here, they have the flower, the end bit of the flower, both come together, you know. So if they cut the L and the V, the stitching, they will be putting them together as LV on the stitching. You know, there is always symmetry, but lately the quality of the bags, the canvas, I have seen a real Louis Vuitton bags that the symmetry are not really aligned. So, and then people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna return this because it's the pattern is not aligned." So it puts people off. You know, they're paying for thousands of bags and they're not 100% perfect. So, you know, you get that.
They are symmetrical. They're supposed to be symmetrical.
That's
That's how all Louis Vuitton bags.
Forward it. I think that's
personally, I would definitely buy this bag because the price on that one, $3.5 grand. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, obviously it's for the product.
Okay, I have stopped sharing the screen. My screen. I am done doing, playing that one. So that is really a good form from a distance from here, from the video. That is a really good bag, replica bag, you know. So the guy is saying he's gonna buy that because it doesn't really, you wouldn't even know that it's real or not. But from a good eye like me, I know when I see a bag if it's real or not. There are some really good knockoffs that I have to look into inside. I said sometimes my husband would be like, oh, is that a knockoff or something? Sometimes I say yes. Sometimes I say I can't tell. You know, they are really good knockoffs. So if you have stayed until the end, you will be watching all these tips. You will be getting all these tips, additional tips, that for you to know if your bag is real or fake. So let's start with the LV stamp and date codes. The LV stamp, I have to now generalize it. All Louis Vuitton have got Louis Vuitton stamps. I will show you one. So Louis Vuitton stamp is this one here, which says Louis Vuitton made in France or made in Spain. So all Louis Vuitton bags, whether it's a vintage one and new, or the newer one, the very new one that doesn't have a date code anymore, which are what you call this, which have got the serial number inside. It's not stamped. Doesn't have a date. Chipped. They are chipped now. They still have Louis Vuitton stamp, which is Louis Vuitton made in France or made in Spain, Italy, all the factory, you know, USA. All of them have got that. I have a mini HL. It didn't have that one, but it had a white label inside. Okay. So date code. Again, I'm gonna quickly mention that pre-70s they didn't have or pre-80s they didn't have a date code, and then after March 2021 they didn't have a date code anymore. But if you bought your bag after March and you have a date code, it doesn't mean that it's fake. It means it's the older stocks that they had before they stopped doing the date codes. Next one, date code matches the stamp. So your date code, it doesn't mean that you have a date code, it's real. It doesn't mean that you have the date code and heat stamp that your bag is real. No. Your date code and your heat stamp should meet, should match. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. So a very common one, VI is made in France. And then let's do CA is made in Spain. So if your date code is CA 1010, oh, I don't know how to make a date code. CA, let's say 1920. So your date code is December 1990, CA is Spain. And if your heat stamp is made in France, they don't match. So you have to question your bag. Is this even real or not? It doesn't match. So you have to question it. You have to get it checked. It should be made in Spain, or it should be made in Spain because it's CA. It has to be made in Spain, if you know what I mean. So the next one is the pattern. Yeah, the pattern of the bag. You know this pattern? They have, Louis Vuitton have got all of these patterns going on in their bags. And only a really, really good Louis Vuitton fanatic or an expert will know that. Also, the, what do you call this again? The pattern. Let me just see. I forgot the term. Yeah, the pattern. The stitching pattern. So if Louis Vuitton have cut this flower here, it should match on the other side. But you know what I mean? There you go. This one, the star flower here, matches completely. They cut it off here, and then it continued in there. But you know what I mean when I said that the Louis Vuitton quality nowadays are not so good. Look at this. It's supposed to be a like this. It's supposed to be like this, and it's crooked. You see that? So it really sometimes it doesn't matter because the craftsmanship are poor at the moment. Next one, upside down LV on the, what did I say? On the back of the bag is one piece canvas. So if you know that your bag is a one piece canvas, which I know that Neverfull is not one piece canvas because it's got stitching here, okay? But I had to reach it there. I have here a CD30, which is a one piece canvas. On one side, you can see it's right side LV, okay? So you have to expect that the back should be LV upside down, and it should be like that, okay? Because it's a one piece canvas. If you look like this, it's the right side, but if you look at it in the back like this, it's wrong, upside down LV, and that's how it should be. There are some bags that are not doesn't have upside down LV when they are not one piece, when they have a not a continuous canvas, okay? They use more than one canvas, like a separate one, they stitch them together. That means it's not a one piece canvas. Okay, the interior lining. You really have to know the interior lining of the bag because it's not always like this. It's not always this interior, okay? So the interior of the bag consists of the fabric and the color. So what I'm saying is, you know that this is a looping GM. You know that a looping GM should be Alcantara lining and beige. So if your looping GM came with Alcantara lining dark brown, you have to question it. You have to question the authenticity of it. Is it really a real bag? Because it's not, it doesn't come with that lining. Also, so the color of Neverfull should be cherry red. So your one is bright red, like this one is dark red, isn't it? So it came with a different shade of red. You have to question it. You can only do that if you have seen the real one, or if you can have one to compare, you know. So Speedy bag. So Speedy bag, the monogram should come in this lining. Some other bags, I see the fake ones, the bad fake ones, come with light beige interior. So that means that one, you have to question it. Is this even real or what? Or maybe they have the lining replaced. You don't know. You have to investigate. So that solves the interior lining. Okay, the whole design of the bag, you really have to be, you will question the authenticity of your bag if you buy it pre-love, or if you are buying pre-love on pre-love sites, you want to know the basics of checking if that bag is real before you buy it, isn't it? So there's lots of these things like stitches of this and that. I'm not into stitches anymore because in earlier 2020, 2016, 17, they changed the stitching to so many stitching. So I'm not into that stitching anymore. It doesn't matter to me. But you have to check for the whole bag. You really have to know all the details of the authentic one before you know your bag, or how to compare if this bag is real or not. So when I say the whole design of the bag, when you know that the Neverfull should be designed like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should be, the size should have 6 LV prints across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. And your LV, your Neverfull have got 8 or have got 6. You have to question it, because that canvas, the size of the canvas is it should have that. It's always going to be like that. So there's lots of patterns going on here. And then there's that glazing. As it age, it will be dark red rather than bright red. So if this is like 5 years, 6 years, the glazing of this bag is going to fade into dark red, and then even darker like this. So when your bag, you bought it brand new, it will be really bright red. So some people will think, oh, that's a fake one. No, they come with bright red. And then as they age, it will be dark red, burgundy, and then up to darker, like it will be brown-ish. So there's really lots of those detailed facts that you need to look into the bag. The stitching is always it's always going to be beautiful stitching, not crooked all the way. When there's one stitching that is crooked out of the hundreds of stitches, it doesn't mean that it's fake, okay? Because this is handmade. This one, as you can see, the stitching of this is, oh, it doesn't show properly. Absolutely beautiful. So it just, the whole craftsmanship on the bag shows that it's authentic. When you see little faults here and there, think about it. It's not machine made, it's handmade, you know. Right. This is the end advice and tips for everyone, that it takes a lot of knowledge and experience to finally be able to tell if your bag is real or not. It's taken me over 10 years of experience in handling. Since I started collecting 10 years or so ago, I have been handling lots of this vintage, especially in 2016 when I started this business of selling pre-loved Louis Vuitton, especially vintage. I have handled thousands of vintage bags that I know when it arrived to me, I will question it if it's authentic. Immediately, I will go to my go-to authenticators. I have lots of them. I have one in Australia. I have one in America. I can't remember the other ones, but yeah, I have this go-to. If I need it instant, Pro authenticators are very quick. If I can wait, Miranda from Authentic Vintage Designer, she's in Australia, very good with her vintage stuff, over 20 years of experience. So it takes a lot of knowledge and experience for you to tell that your bag or this item is real or not. You can't just say, oh, the date code is this and it should be this one. So those ones, I'm going to do a separate video on the how to read a date code, and why you shouldn't use those date code calculators. Also, actually, I forgot to tell that the font. So all the years and all the factory of the bags have got different fonts. For example, the Louis Vuitton, the O in Louis Vuitton should always be round O, like round O, not oval. But in Montsouris GM, I had one authenticated about 4 years ago, and I had one authenticated just this Saturday. So Miranda came back and said, because the back Louis Vuitton heat stamp of this Montsouris GM, I think it's 2000, yeah, year 2000. it was really off. It was oval, you know. So she said the trademark stamping on this one throws many people off. There is approximately 6 months date code period where you will find this vintage font on GM Monterey before the updated font was used. So on that 6 months in 2000, year 2000, so this one is 00, so it's actually the first week of 2000 until June. They were doing that. It was really off. So it doesn't mean that it's fake. You have to look on all other ones. You know, you have to look at the date code stamp. So the date code also, if it's VI, it's got different fonts than the SC, than the TH, then the CA. All of these factories have got their own original unique fonts. Some of them are really thin and deep. Some of them are wide and shallow, you know. So if that didn't match, you know, it could be fake. So it doesn't mean one thing is off, your bag is fake. I would suggest that you go and buy pre-love, because I would only check my item if I would only get it checked if I bought it pre-love. So I don't think you will check it if it's authentic or not if you bought it straight, fresh from the store. With all those rumors of getting it swapped and something, I think there's only little less than 1% that will happen, and I've only heard one occasion that happened, and I'm not even believing it. So only get, if you are thinking of buying pre-love, you are not sure if you're buying from those big sites, starts with E. Make sure you get your items authenticated. Get more pictures from the seller. Check the sellers. I will also make a video about this. But really, buy from reputable seller or company so that you are sure, you know, your money is safe. So if it come back fake, then you can go back to the seller or the company and say, this came back not authentic. Can I have a refund? Return it and get a refund, you know. All my items in Bagspace that I sell pre-love are all authentic, 100% authentic. So don't worry about the authentication. It's guaranteed authentic. So this video is let's now end this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you came to the end, make sure to watch my next video. I will put it on the screen or on the description. Make sure to watch. I have done so many videos, like the latest was where to buy pre-love, where else to buy. Number 1 is Bagspace, and then you can go find somewhere else. Thank you so much. And then debunking Louis Vuitton myth. I also did some cleaning Louis Vuitton, which was the updated and improved version. Go and have a look at that. Until next time, I'll see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. Bye.